All right, everybody, here we are, back and better than ever. And today I'm going to teach you a thing. And that thing that I'm going to teach you is how to interpret remainders. And what we're talking about here is division word problems. But usually in a division word problem, if we have a remainder, that answer is not going to make sense. Like any sense at all. So we really need to interpret that remainder, figure out what the question is actually asking us to find, and then tell what we found. Let's take a look at one type of interpreting remainders word problem. Let's look at this one. Jordan's birthday is on Saturday. For her party, she makes 53 cookies. If there are 22 hungry children ready to eat the cookies, how many cookies is each child allowed to eat if all of the children must be offered the same number of cookies? Well, let's see. This is a division problem, and we know that because we're starting with a total. We're starting with a total of 53 cookies. We have each in the question, and if we divided 53 by 22, we would get 2 remainder 9. Can each child have 2 remainder 9 cookies? Is that a reasonable answer? No, it is not. So what we have to do is look at that remainder. And that remainder of 9 means that 9 cookies are left over after 53 cookies have been placed in groups of 22. Therefore, it is not fair that 9 children get to have 3 cookies, while 13 are only allowed to give in 2. So the final answer is that each child may only eat 2 cookies, even though we have 9 left over. That would be our final answer. That's how we would answer the question that was given. And this is a special kind of interpreting remainders problem where we have to bump it down. We're bumping our quotient of 2 remainder 9 down to just 2, or a bump it down problem. You have to think about what the question is asking you. You can't allow each child to eat 3 cookies because we wouldn't have enough. We only go in evenly twice, and we have 9 left over, and those 9 cookies can't be passed out because it wouldn't be fair. So our final answer has to be 2 cookies. All right, let's look at another kind of interpreting remainders problem. There are 9 friends that want to go to the movies. However, only 4 people can fit into a car. How many cars are needed to drive the friends to the movies? We know this is a division problem. We're starting with a total of 9 friends. So let's see here. 9 divided by 4 is 2 remainder 1. Can my answer be 2 remainder 1 cars? No, it cannot. So how many cars are needed? If we only have 2 cars, if we only need 2 cars, one of our friends is going to be very upset with you. They're going to have to walk, and we can't have that. It's not fair to leave that one out. So we would need 3 cars. That one friend would have to drive alone in her own car, so we need 3 cars. And if the last one was a bump it down problem, you guessed it, this is a bump it up problem, because we're bumping up that quotient because we need more than what goes in evenly. Again, you have to think about what you're being asked. You can't just let one friend be left home. That wouldn't be fair. You have to add another car for that one friend. So our final answer is 3 cars. We have to bump up the 2 to 3. All right, let's look at our last kind of interpreting remainders problem. Miss Bear purchased 60 munchkins for her class of 23 students. How many munchkins is Miss Bear going to have left over after each student is offered an equal number of munchkins? So this is definitely division. We're starting with a total. We have each in the question. We have equal number of things at the end. And if we divide 60 by 23, we're going to get 2 remainder 14. Can each student have 2 remainder 14 munchkins? Absolutely not. Or can we have 2 remainder 14 munchkins left over? No, none of those answers make sense. But for a leftover problem, it's usually pretty right out, and it tells you straight away. It asks for how many are left over. And your answer is 14, because that's our remainder. The remainder 14 means that 14 munchkins are left over after we've evenly divided into groups. So our final answer is 14 munchkins. All right, everybody. I didn't mean to go that far, but that last one was an example of a leftover problem. If you still have some questions about interpreting remainders, please come up to the mini lesson with me. If you're good, you know our 3 types, bump it up, bump it down, leftover problems, move on to your practices. All right, great job today, everybody. This is Mr. Tennell, signing off.